Parliament.
Wid Yi.
You know, it's just dawned on me, we could have you as a poster boy for the Euros since they're coming up.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I was actually more a fan of the individual currencies myself. The Deutschmark, the Lira, the Escudo. This whole individual currency thing is just confusing the shit out of me.
The Scudo? You're on about Fiat Vans now. I was on about the football.
The Escudo. The Portuguese Escudo.
The Escudo?
The German Deutschmark.
Yeah.
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 The Swiss franc. Oh no, they're still the franc, but it's a French franc.
You know what? I've got a random collection of coins that I've taken back from every holiday I've ever been on.
All right.
In my bedside cabinet, because I kind of feel like I might need these in the future.
Are you hoarding money that's no use anymore? I mean, I'm pretty sure my dad has shillings in his cabinet as well. If you two could just get together.
That'd be a really disappointing meet-up, wouldn't it? Go to the pub, you can't buy anything because nobody recognises it.
Do you accept shillings? No. Do you expect the Spanish Inquisition? Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition. You know what I'm talking about.
What have I got? I'm trying to think. I can't remember what Maltese currency is, but I've got Maltese currency left.
But that's not part of the euro, though, is it?
I don't.
Well, you were there recently.
Sure. I mean, you say recently, 2018.
That's recent to me.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I went to Malta. Okay. I was in the Czech Republic. I went to Prague.
That's crowns.
That's crowns.
Yeah,
Czech
that's
crowns. Yeah. And I probably am the first person in living memory who's not gone to Prague for a stag or a hen do. I just went for a few days away.
It's a bonny place. Do you want to know what I love about Prague? It can either be a rowdy lad's week away, it can be a messy ass hen night, or it can be a nice trip away.
For me, it was just a nice few days. They had this thing called the Paternoster, which is this lift that goes around the town hall.
All right.
And you know how we think of lifts as going up and down and that's it? This is like if Doctor Who invented a lift.
It's bigger on the inside.
It's bigger on the inside. Whoa. And it doesn't stop. So this is a lift that keeps going round. And if you imagine like an oval, like a zero, it follows this clockwise sort of pattern. It goes up, then round, then down, then round, then up. And you have to time this nicely so that you get on the lift and kind of don't die.
See, your trip to Prague sounds a lot more high class than mine was, because I was there for my mate's stag do in 2017 maybe.
And you remember this?
I do, because this was the highlight of my life when I saw this. We went to the Sex Machine Museum in Wenceslas Square, or it's near Wenceslas Square.
Yeah, that's down by the Hard Rock Cafe.
It's not far from the Hard Rock Cafe. It's also next to the pub that we spent a lot of time in, this medieval themed pub, which, funnily enough, Ewan McGregor filmed in that long way around at the start of his trip. Anyway, that's by the by. What got me in this museum was it was like a seesaw with a hole in the bottom where your bum sits, but underneath each section of the seesaw were two dildos. So could you imagine you and your mate just sort of going, "Hey Charlie, oh yeah," and then up and down and up and down. I just thought, this is not, I wouldn't sit in it, but I know that it'd be quite funny.
You know, you've just made the perfect case for why I went to Prague on my own.
Well,
to get away from all that.
No, it's so you can play in the seesaw with a stranger, you sick bastard.
I did not play in any seesaw. Euros are coming up. Did I mention the Euros are coming up? We're at a tournament.
We actually made it to a tournament.
The last time we went to a tournament was 2022, and to be honest, that felt like a kind of
a warm-up.
It was like a sympathy vote. It's like, come on, Scotland, you've not been to anything since France.
France 98. And do you want to know? Scotland, in my opinion, and this is probably fact, we're crap at sports that can't be played in a pub.
Yeah, this is true.
See, football, rugby, we're not amazing at, well, okay, we're not good at rugby, but we're not amazing at it either. We don't come last in tournaments anymore. But darts, we're amazing at darts.
Curling.
And we're amazing at curling. And we're amazing at snooker. We're amazing at pool. We're just a mad bunch of alcoholics that like ice. So if it can be played cold or pissed, we win.
The thing I love about the Euros, if you heard the song by Pepperpot,
can't say I have.
We Are Scotland. They have this line in it where they basically say, you know, we are Scotland, watch out Germany, we're coming to drink your country dry.
I can go with that.
We are proud, we are Scotland, we are loud, we are Scotland. We've reached the finals once again, so let's all hear you sing. We've no fear, we are Scotland, we'll drink your beer. We are Scotland.
let's face it, we're walking out of this with a wooden spoon, but we're qualified. I'm happy that we're qualified.
I like the fact that for the second tournament we've been to on the bounce
in nearly 30 years,
we get to open again, because France 98
open with Brazil.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that own goal.
It's the thing of what could have been, because you know what, France 98, we actually played not bad. I know that sounds like a what if syndrome, but no, we were actually alright at France 98.
See, I know nothing about football, and I have stopped watching football after France 98. That's how long ago it's been since I've actually followed football, and it was that own goal. I just thought, oh no, come on boys, no.
Was that John Collins?
I think so, and Jim Leighton missed it. Oh, I mind that. But it was one of those, we're actually playing really good against amazing team, Brazil.
Yeah, because they had...
they're one of the top teams of the world.
They had Ronaldo. Ronaldo was absolutely the peak of his career.
Absolutely, yeah. And then we get a bloody own goal.
Only Scotland can do a Scotland.
And it wasn't even a deliberate, well, who has a deliberate own goal, you know, but it was really a bad luck thing. Had that not happened, we'd have drawn against a bloody 4-time world champion team.
I love the fact the Euros are a couple of weeks away, and here's us going, shoulda, coulda, woulda.
In 1998.
Yeah, so note to any Scotland players listening, as unlikely as that is, just don't do a Scotland.
No, don't do a Scotland. Do a Brazilian job.
What, on themselves?
Or each other. What happens in that locker room stays in that locker room.
Wid Yi.
Where are you going for your holidays this year, Martin?
If I'm lucky, genuinely either Shetland or the Isle of Skye.
I've been to Skye. Skye's beautiful.
I've been once. Have you ever done any running?
No, but I've done the Coolins, the hill walking up there.
Right, okay.
It's really like, it's not hill walking like anything, it's like mountaineering, and it's quite terrifying, to be honest with you.
I only ask because the only time I've ever been to Skye was to do the Skye Bridge 10k, which is literally running over the bridge twice and then running up the hill at Kyle of Lochaush. So just before you go over the bridge, massive hill on your right.
Yeah, that's right.
You run over that, having just run up the bridge.
Sky's the limit, eh?
Hey.
No, the reason I'm saying you're not going you're not going to an airport or anything.
No.
You're not going abroad this year.
Not that I'm aware of, no.
No, okay. Well, it kind of brings me into the next Wid Yi, would you believe? Would you believe? Would you go to an airport dressed as Satan and try and convert passers-by for an hour? £5 per convert.
What exactly am I converting them to?
Satanism. I mean, you see all these folk dressed up as priests and all that sort of thing. So, would you please come and convert yourself to Christianity? And then you've got
in an airport?
In airports, yeah.
I've literally never seen that.
I think it's more an American thing, to be honest.
Ah, right, yeah.
Yeah, I've only been to America once, and I was asked if I would convert to being a Sikh and a Muslim in the one day. And this is just as I landed at JFK. I thought,
seriously?
I just want to go to my bed.
I mean, they're starting early, aren't they? Hey, they're just landed. Let's try and get them right now.
Yeah, that's exactly. You come out of the landing bit. You go to the baggage reclaim, and just as you're going to the taxi, that's when you get taken up by a guy wearing a giant toga, and he's asking you if you want to change faith. And the right thing, I just want to say, I don't want to change faith. I want to change my clothes. I want to have a shower. Get the fuck.
For a second, I thought you meant it was the guy at customs. You know, when the FBI came over and go, have you got anything to clear? Well, I'm not religious. Well, you sure you don't want to be?
Well, the guy at customs said, is there anything... Well, may God be with you. So, well, I'm not religious. Well...
maybe that's why they bar you from coming in, yeah.
Maybe if you dress as Satan, you won't get into America.
Okay, so would I dress as Satan?
Would you dress as Satan to try and convert passers-by for an hour? So you've got to do this for an hour with red horns and a red tail and a pitchfork, I suppose. So
when you say at the airport...
Yeah.
Can I be stood outside?
You can be stood wherever you like.
And what's the monetary reward again?
For every person you convert to Satanism, you get a £5.
Well, I guess this is going to very much depend on the airport, isn't it? Because let's be honest, Aberdeen's like fits and starts. So Aberdeen International Airport, you know, it's busy, but it's no Heathrow, it's no Gatwick.
No.
If I was down at Gatwick or Heathrow, I think people would probably not talk, because that's a very London thing. You need to try and say hello to someone on the tube to understand that. Airports, I think they'd be even touchier. I think if you went to America, bearing in mind what you've just said about people trying to convert you when you just landed there.
Well, when I say just landed, I'm walking out the front door to the taxi. Well, people come in the front door as well, so...
Yeah, well, that's it.
They're not in the departure lounge, these clowns, that's all I can say. So they're in the publicly accessed areas.
It's already weird that people are trying to get you to convert to a different faith based on the fact you've been in the sky for the last 9 hours. Do they think you've somehow had a word with the big man or something? I don't know. That in itself is kind of weird.
Maybe you've had a very hairy flight and you've had an emergency landing there.
And they're thinking,
oh, great, maybe he wants to convert to religion so that the next time he nearly snuffs it in a bad airport is peace of mind.
This is like when you buy a car and they try and sell you the gap insurance and go, you got this lovely car, looks nice right now, but what if you chuck it into a ditch tomorrow morning? You're going to be out of pocket and nobody wants that. They come up with these scenarios. It's this whole objection avoidance thing they have. It's like overcoming objections. Well, you really want to buy this because you might die otherwise. That's kind of what they're doing here.
Yeah, I suppose that's kind of what they're getting at here, really.
And I think if you look at it logically like that, I think a $5 per convert.
But you're converting them to
Satanism,
so they're going to be sacrificing goats and deflowering virgins for the rest of their days.
I mean, if I'm getting a $5 for everyone I convert, I don't care.
Wid Yi.
It's kind of dawning on me, the more these weeks pass, we should probably stop having food before we record, because... Are
you suggesting we have food during recording, or are we...
No, I think we maybe wait till afterwards, because one, every time I open the microphone I feel like I'm going to burp, and two, my belly's now encroaching on the desk, so...
Look, I'm not going to lie, that curry place downstairs is really good.
It's really good.
It is really...
I wish we could name them, but they don't pay us anything, so you'll just have to...
Well, that curry place, that place that sells curry...
Yes.
Oh, it's good.
It's very good.
Is it not playing right with you at all?
Here's the thing, right? My ex-wife used to say that I had IBS.
Curry's the worst thing for an IBS, or is it the best thing if you're inclined to farting?
I mean, it's natural. It's natural, so they say. On the subject of food, moving swiftly on.
We'll have none of that.
No. I'm trying to think of another pun I can throw at you.
Nicely done, eh? You're a Vinda loser.
Right, like I said, on the subject of food, would you file the hard skin off your feet over a bowl of pasta, then eat it for £7.36? It's a really random amount, but that's what we'll go with.
For £7.36?
Would you file the hard skin off your feet? So I'm guessing the bit round the heel?
The heel, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe down the sides. Would you file that off into a bowl of pasta? So, I mean... It's not that much of a stretch. It's basically Parmesan.
It is exactly the same as Parmesan. I mean, to me, Parmesan smells like feet.
It's going to hurt. We know that, but, that's fine.
It? I mean, if you've got a lot of hard skin on your feet, if you're on your feet all day...
I'm instantly imagining, the waiter coming over with a cheese grater going, would you like some mozzarella, sir, or some Parmesan?
Are you not thinking manly, like, I've got a Black & Decker. I'm going to put that on my feet.
I mean, you might be down at the bone before long. So would you do that for £7.36?
Just the powder. You're not wanting my skin, you're not wanting my muscle, you're not wanting tissue, you just want the hard skin.
Just the hard skin into a bowl of pasta, then eat it. Now, there's nothing here that says it's just pasta with foot gratings on it. You could put sauce, you could put some actual Parmesan and masca.
Can I be brutally honest?
Yeah.
I love Indian food.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get that much excitement from Italian food.
Yeah.
And I'm very sorry to all the Italians out there, to be honest, but pasta's a bit boring to me. But then when you say, put some Parmesan on it, that makes it better. To me, that smells like feet anyway.
It really does.
So what's the difference? You're just basically wanting me to eat a regular bowl of pasta for £7.30. I would do that, to be honest. Just this case, I know where the Parmesan comes from. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, I'll scrape my feet into a bowl of pasta for £7.36, then eat it.
I like how you put this in the context of pasta's dull, so foot shavings is going to sex it up.
And that's the sole purpose there.
Hey!
Thanks for listening.
Would you do us a favour and check back again next week?
And don't forget to find and like us on the socials.
Wid Yi.